Okay. All right. So today, again, like it's a fun science class, and we'll be doing human body, human apron. Okay. So, what do you mean by apron?
Something that covers you. Like when you're in the kitchen and you're using an apron, it's
Mhm.
covering your like shirt and also that it doesn't get messy.
Okay.
So in
So,
case
you
it's
are covering up something with the apron. Okay. It's not necessary that you're covering your dress or your body. You're covering something with something that is an apron, right? So our human body, we like in our level one in the last year's classes, we have studied a few of the human body system. We studied the digestive system, we studied the respiratory, the skeletal systems, and there are many more systems in our body. Now, if we start, the top-down approach from our skin till the innermost part of our body, that is a heart. Okay, there are several layers which are there. Okay, so each layer is acting like an apron for for the parts which are towards the inner side of that layer. Okay, so what we are going to do today is make an human apron. So let's go ahead and see and understand how to do it. Okay, as I said, the human body, it is made up of various organs. Do you all know what is the smallest entity in the human body, the smallest part of human body?
the cells.
The cells. Okay, and what happens when we have a group of cells together?
It
What is it
forms
called? It forms
tissues,
what? It forms the tissue. And what happens when a group of tissues come together?
organs,
It forms the organs. And when multiple organs come together, then it is called an,
organism.
no, it's called an
A
organ system.
system.
Okay, and when many organ systems come together, then an organism is formed. Okay, now in this complete hierarchy, you all understand what is an hierarchy?
I think I know it as I've only heard this word in like history. I've never
Okay.
heard it in science.
Okay, hierarchy means when when there's a tree kind of a thing. Like when you draw your family tree, you have your grandparents at the top, then your
Ma'am,
parents. Huh?
I
Yes.
know what a hierarchy is. Can I?
Yeah, yeah. Please explain. Please
Yeah,
explain.
it's like a system, and like
Hmm.
when like members of like a society or like a group
Hmm.
are ranked
Hmm.
according to like their superiority or status.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
So, this the
How
senior most person is at the top. Yes.
could it be like almost like there is I don't know. I'm associating this to like a dynasty, social hierarchy. It'd be like related to a dynasty.
Yeah, but then dynasty is over many generations. Okay, but
Okay.
when I'm talking about hierarchy, it is not generations. It is at that moment itself. Like for example, your fathers or your mom, they go to an office. Okay, their office has a structure. There is a boss. Then there are few people who are reporting to the boss. Then there are few workers who are working. You know so they are grouped as per the superiority or the
So like
level.
social class.
Sorry.
So like social class.
So, no, I won't say it is a social class. That
But it
that
like
becomes,
okay.
let's not get confused with history and civics. Let's not get history and civics here, because then because there the groupism in social studies, the groupism happens on various other criteria. Here, when I'm talking about hierarchy, it is only two things. One, based on the superiority or a seniority, and second, the grouping is based on the functions that are being carried out. Okay, for example, your car. Okay, your car is made up of many small parts. Like for example, there are wheels, there is a seat cover, there are seats, there are motors, there are pistons and cylinders, and fuel tanks and lots of things. Okay, now if you take, the car is the senior most part, it is the highest in the hierarchy. Then when you break the car down, you will have different parts. For example, the complete assembly of wheels, the chassis, what we call it chassis. Okay, so that becomes one part, which helps in the mobility, in the locomotion of the car. Now the second part is the motor assembly, which powers the other parts of the car. So first part is the chassis, second is the motor assembly, then comes the fuel tank. Now fuel tank is not only one tank. It comes with many sensors, which tells you that the tank is empty. There is this one fuel sensor which tells you the tank is full. Okay? So that is also a group of another, a set of instruments. So all these are grouped based on the functions that they carry out. Okay, so hierarchy is going from bottom to top. So the bottommost unit could be a small battery, and the topmost unit could be a complete car. And in case of a living being, it is going from cell to organism. Okay, so there are many types of cells in our body. It's not that our body is made up of only one type of cell. Okay, so these cells are, their type depends upon the function they carry out. And when one type of cell, say for example the cells in our heart, okay, they are meant to carry out only one function: contract and expand, contract and expand. This is the only function that they need to do. When the cells which do this kind of function come together, they make some tissues. And when these tissues come together, they form an organ which is called the heart. Now, heart itself is just an organ. If it is not supported by other organs, it cannot carry out its task. So it needs to have arteries, it needs to have veins, and then it needs to have many small capillaries, which make an organ system, and we call that a circulatory system. Okay, because one organ individually cannot carry out the complete task, so you need multiple organs which come together to carry out the task on a whole. Now one such organ system we discussed is the circulatory system. Now there are many other tasks which our body carries out. For example, we have the digestion system. You know how many organs are there in the digestive system. Similarly, we have our nervous system, we have our respiratory system. So all these organ systems, when they come together, the human body or any living body is formed. So it's a very complex assembly. So we are going to break it down and we are going to study and understand on a whole. Like, we are not going to be going in detail of every organ system, but we'll be studying it on a higher level today. All right. So let's move ahead. So as we said, cells are the smallest unit of life when they are grouped. So you see, there are different types of cells. Now, when these types of cells, the circular types of cells, when they are grouped together, they form a tissue. Then these tissues, when they grow and they are grouped, they form an organ. And then the organ system and the complete organism. Okay, so this is called levels of organization. Right? So this is something which we all must remember. This holds true for any living being. Okay, so some living beings, for example, the unicellular ones are just this, but all the multicellular will fit into either of these stages. The complex ones are like us, but there are very we will be going further. We'll be studying the classification of animals, wherein how the evolution of animals took place. So some were unicellular, Then they started growing and we got multicellular organism. Then their features developed. So that's how the organization or the evolution of living beings has taken place. And that's how we get this level of organization for living. Right? So is this clear up till here?
Yeah, I just have one question.
Yeah, please.
That okay. So basically, you're saying that cells form tissues and tissues form organs and organs form an organ system and organ system forms the body, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, right. Sorry, the arrows were just confusing me.
Okay. What's okay? All right. So this is how it is. Now, one small additional information I would like to give you. Have you all heard anything about stem cells?
No.
No?
I think I've heard it before. I think the stem cells are used to, help. Are they used in like help in? How do I say it? I think there was like studies on stem cells about helping fixing the body. Like,
Ma'am, I think they're used to replace cells that have been damaged.
Okay. So you all note this down. Okay. You all are going to tell me what are stem cells, and we have been hearing that whenever a newborn whenever a child is born, they preserve the stem cells. Why do they do that? And how are the stem cells which are preserved can be used?
Ma'am, can you just repeat that?
What are stem cells?
Okay.
Why are they preserved?
Okay.
And how can they be used? Okay, so you're going to give me answers to these three questions. All right, so let's move ahead. Is it clear up till here to everyone?
Yeah.
yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Now, the first system, if you peel off your skin, the first thing that you'll see are your muscles. Okay, now we are going to be brushing through all the systems of our body. Right. So I want each one of you to briefly tell me what each system does. So who's going to explain about the muscular system? Come on, Adhya, you want to talk about the muscular system?
Yes, so the muscular system is made out of muscles.
Hmm.
And
What is the function of muscles?
uh, I think they help the bones move.
They help in the movement, yes. Muscles are the ones which help us do physical work, right?
Yes.
Yes. So the muscles give us a shape, give us, they allow us to move, and they help us carry out various tasks. And they also protect our bones and other internal organs. Right? So this is our muscular system. If you see the one in pink, so these are our muscles, and under the muscles we have our skeleton.
Doesn't the muscles like in the arms they help the 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 bones move because they contract and they expand, right?
Absolutely. Every part of muscle, your arms, your thighs, everything, the movement happens because of the muscles. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's our muscular system. Let's move on to the next system, the skeletal system. Who want to explain? Ria, you want to go with the skeletal system?
Okay, so
Yeah.
without this, so the skeletal system is made out of bones, and
Okay.
without the skeletal system, we won't have the skeletal system gives us structure to our body. Like without it, this is what you would like kind of be like jelly, just take
A
just
lump.
a
Yeah,
lump,
just a lump. Yeah.
because the skeletal system keeps you upright, keeps you straight, and helps you move.
Hmm.
And they also protect organs, like the rib cage protects the heart, and the skull protects the brain.
Hmm.
And it, you so they also yeah, I think that's all I can
Okay,
explain.
so they protect the vital organs, and then there's very important thing, one very, very important rule of the skeletal system. There's something inside the bones.
uh
Marrow? Bone
There's
marrow?
bone
calcium.
marrow.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
guess calcium. Calcium.
The bone
Yeah.
marrow which produces
the
red blood cells.
absolutely the bone marrow, which produces the red blood cells for our body. Okay, so this is what our skeletal system does. Is it clear to everyone? I'm not going to repeat it because we have already done it. We are just brushing through
Yes.
them. Okay, if you all have any doubts, you all can ask anytime. Now let's move to the next system, digestive system. This is very, very easy. Who wants to go? Gia, you want to explain this?
Okay, sure. It's actually really simple. It's just the food goes through your mouth and into the esophagus, and then the stomach has acids that breaks the food down,
Hmm.
so it's easier for it to digest it, and then it goes through the large intestine. The waste goes through the large intestine, but the liquid goes through the small intestine. And then,
Okay, now let me ask you a few things. Now,
okay,
what happens in the mouth?
the teeth chew them down.
And then, why is it necessary to chew the food?
So when you gulp it, it doesn't get stuck in
Is
the
that the
esophagus.
only reason why we chew the food?
Ma'am,
Can I answer
Yeah,
this?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, the food gets mixed with our saliva, and our saliva breaks down the carbohydrates in the food.
Absolutely. So the digestion process starts in the mouth itself. The carbohydrates which are there in the food, they start getting digested in the mouth itself. So after you chew the food, it's like grinding the food. Then you and the breakdown has already started. Then whatever the slurry kind of a thing, it goes into your stomach, which has acid, as you rightly said, and these acids help further digestion of the food. This acid is there because you could have eaten any kind of impurity, anything. It could be germs, it could be anything which is not good for your body. So the acids take care of that, and then from there the liver sends its juice, the pancreas sends its stuff into the stomach, and the food is completely digested inside the stomach, and from there it is passed on to the small intestine. Now small intestine is something which absorbs all the water means, so all the nutrients which are there in the food, they are they get dissolved, they are in the dissolved form. Okay, they are not, it's not like you are having it's not like grain of sand or something. It's dissolved in the food that we eat. Okay, so by absorbing the water from the food, the small intestine is absorbing all the nutrients away from that food that we have eaten, and whatever roughage, whatever solid matter is there, it gets passed on to the large intestine, and the large intestine further squeezes out the water and throws the roughage out of our body. This is our digestive system. Okay. Now the next system is the respiratory system. Vedika, can you
Yeah.
explain?
Yeah, so the respiratory system is when we breathe in through our mouth or through our nose. It passes through a nasal cavity, and then that air travels through the windpipes. And when the windpipes branches out into two, it's called bronchi, and then it further branches out into many small tubes called bronchioles
Okay.
inside the lung. And the bronchioles end with the air sac called alveoli, and the alveoli is where like there are blood capillaries present near the alveoli which exchange the gases, like the carbon dioxide goes out of the blood to the alveoli, and the oxygen comes from the alveoli into the blood. And just
Perfect. So, is this clear to everyone? So, if you see in these pictures, these pink color tubes, just follow the cursor, okay? These pink tubes, this is a network of blood capillaries, and it is surrounded. It is like it is lying over the alveoli, which is the air sac. It's like a bubble like this, okay? And each of these capillary, they bring in carbon dioxide rich blood from all parts of the body, and over the alveoli what happens is the carbon dioxide is absorbed by the alveoli, and the oxygen which is there in the alveoli, it is it is kind of mixed in the blood, and the blood is then taken to other parts of the body. So this is our respiratory system. Okay, is this clear to everyone? Any doubts in this?
Yep. No.
No doubts. All right, so let's
Okay.
move ahead to the next part of the body, nervous system. who,
Ma'am,
who
is it?
wants to explain?
Can I?
Yeah, please go ahead.
So the nervous system is directly um, connected to our brain, and it
Okay.
helps us. It's a network of nerves, and it helps you sense like um, touch, and it can help you sense pain. So like if somebody pinches you, so the nervous system will send like a message to the brain which says if somebody pinches me, and then like okay it's painful, so the brain will react and it'll okay, and then you sense the pain, but it all happens like really quickly. So
Really fast. Okay. So, what are the different organs which are involved in the nervous system?
the brain, I think that's the only organ, right? The brain.
The brain, the spinal cord, and the
The
nerves.
spinal cord's an organ?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay. The brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves, they together form the nervous system. All right. Now tell me one thing. Now you said they send messages. How do they send messages? And what are these messages? Are they like WhatsApp messages?
I think they're electrical signals, right?
Electrical signals?
Not electrical, like not exactly electrical, but I think there's signals like in that this the GIF over there. The can you see the
Yeah,
that
so
someone
you
throwing?
feel that when you go take your hand near fire, there is electricity passing through your hand to your brain and then coming back from the brain to your hand.
Not, I don't know. Think about electricity. I
Okay,
think it's almost like a how do I say it? I don't know
okay.
how to explain it, but
No,
I've
no, no,
seen
no
it.
problem, no problem. So take down the next question. What is the what is the type of signal which the nerves carry to the brain? By type, I mean, is it an electrical signal? Is it any other type of signal? What type of signal is it? And how does it work? Okay, this is the question that you all have to find out.
Ma'am, could you just repeat that? I have to write it down.
What type of signals are transmitted and received by the nerves?
Type of signal
are transmitted and received by the nerves.
Okay, done.
Okay, let's move to the next system. This is clear to everyone? The nervous
Yes,
system?
ma'am.
Okay. Now we
Just
come
a
to the
particular.
circulatory system. Who wants to explain?
I have a doubt in the previous system.
Yes, Vedika.
Yeah. Is there a particular part in the brain which receives the signal?
See, the nerves, brain has three main parts. Okay, the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the medulla oblongata. Now, each of this part, medulla oblongata is something which is connected to your spinal cord, and the other parts there are separate units. Some area in the brain is responsible for your vision, for example, and some part in your brain is working towards your the hearing, the other senses of your body. So different nerves from different parts of the body reach different places in your brain.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, who wants to explain the circulatory system?
I can.
Okay, go ahead.
So, like after the respirate, after we breathe in,
Hmm.
when the exchange of gases happens in our alveolus,
Hmm.
um, um, like um, okay, I'll start with
You can
first.
refer to this diagram also, okay,
Yeah,
which is there.
first, like the heart has four uh, chambers. Like the left side of the heart has the oxygenated blood, and the right side has the deoxygenated blood.
Hmm.
The four chambers are the left atrium, the left ventricle, and the
Hmm.
right atrium and the right ventricle.
Okay.
So first, all the carbon dioxide rich blood from all our cells
Hmm.
goes into the right atrium through
Hmm.
the veins of our
Hmm.
body.
Hmm.
The veins of our body carry these, and then it gets pushed into the right ventricle,
Hmm.
and from there it goes into the lungs,
Hmm.
and the art an, an artery carries this blood,
Hmm.
and this artery is called the pulmonary artery.
Hmm.
So it carries the blood to the lungs, where
Hmm.
the exchange of gas happens
Hmm.
with the help of the alveoli,
Hmm.
and then the blood becomes oxygenated again,
Hmm.
and then a vein called a pulmonary vein brings it
Hmm.
back to the left side of the heart, or the left
Hmm.
atrium,
Hmm.
and then the left atrium pushes it into the left ventricle, from
Hmm.
which it goes into the aorta,
Hmm.
or the main artery of our body, um and now the blood is transferred to all of our cells, and this
Excellent.
continues.
Excellent. Now, in all of this, there are a few important points that you have to remember. Okay. Veins always carry deoxygenated blood, and arteries always carry oxygenated blood, except for the pulmonary ones. Pulmonary artery and veins are those which are connected to your lungs. Okay. So, pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood, and pulmonary veins carry oxygenated blood. Only in case of pulmonary it is the reverse, but otherwise veins, whenever someone says veins, they have deoxygenated blood, and whenever someone says arteries, it is oxygenated blood. Okay. And the another thing is all these valves, can you see these four chambers are divided by valves. Now, all these valves which are there in the heart, they are one-way valve. What do you mean by one-way valve?
When when something goes in
Hmm.
and passes the valve, it can't go back.
It can't go back. It's like you have one way on your roads, you can just go one directionally, you can't come, opposite way. So the same way, just to avoid, I mean, just to avoid complications, all these valves are one way valves. If you see, from the right atrium, the blood will only flow to the right ventricle. It cannot flow backwards. It's the same way on the left chamber also. Okay. So remember, pulmonary circuit, the arteries and the veins work differently, and all the valves in the heart, they are one way valves. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I actually know the reason behind why, like,
Hmm.
there's a pulmonary artery or pulmonary
Yeah.
vein.
Yeah.
Because artery, like the blood flow in the arteries are always directed away from the heart,
Hmm.
and the blood flow in the veins are always directed towards the heart.
Very good.
Um, so that's why
That's why it
the
is
pulmonary.
pulmonary artery, which is going away from the heart, and pulmonary vein because it is coming to the heart. Okay. So is the circulatory system clear to everyone?
Yes,
Any
ma'am.
doubts here?
Yes, ma'am.
Nope. Okay.
Okay, let's move to the next system. Now this is the endocrine system. Does anyone know, or otherwise I'll explain?
I'm not.
I don't know this one.
Confused, but
I don't know
I
either.
can't.
All right. So endocrine system is the master system, okay, of our body. They control almost everything in our body. They control the body metabolism. They control how our organs, how our cells, how our body should function. They are the ones which control everything that we do, that happens to us. Everything is controlled by the endocrine system. Now, there are many, many glands which are there in our body. You all must have heard about the thyroid gland. It is the most commonly known gland to everyone. Have you ever met someone who has, hypo or hyperthyroidism, who has thyroid medicines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So you haven't met. All right. So what happens is these endocrine glands, they produce some chemicals. Okay. And these chemicals carry out, or they stimulate the respective organs to do their functions. For example, your pancreas. Okay. Your pancreas produces what? What is your
Insulin, I
pancreas?
guess.
Insulin. Yes.
Insulin?
Yeah. So insulin is a chemical which is produced by your pancreas, and pancreas is also an endocrine gland. Okay. Now, this insulin controls or regulates the sugar, glucose in your body. Okay. If your pancreas is not producing adequate insulin, then you are suffering from a disease. All right, this is due to the malfunction of your pancreas. The same way, every gland produces its own chemical, and the way pancreas, the way insulin regulates the glucose, amount of glucose in our body, the other chemicals which are produced by other endocrine glands, they take care of organs of, they take care of the functioning of other organs of our body. Now, the most important endocrine gland is the pituitary gland. Can you see this? Here it's the pituitary gland. Now,
Okay.
pituitary gland is the master gland. It takes care of the functions of other endocrine glands. It is the boss of other endocrine glands. Okay. And what else? We have seen the thyroid gland. Now, these adrenal glands, they are present on top of your kidneys. So they regulate the work of your, they produce chemicals which help functioning some kind of role in your excretory system. And what else? Okay, so these are the main glands. There is hypothalamus, there is pituitary, there is thyroid, there is pancreas, and there are adrenal glands. Okay, so
Ma'am, the hypothalamus helps with the temperature regulation.
yes, it regulates the temperature of our body. Okay, these are also messengers. The way nervous systems carry messages, these also send messages, but these messages are in the form of chemicals. These send chemical messages throughout our body. Okay, so very 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 important. This is like, if you have a computer, it has many organs, and then many parts, and these parts can't work without a software. So the endocrine system is like the software for our body. Okay, all right, so we move to the next system, which is the excretory system. Okay, who wants to explain the excretory system? Sorry,
I can
Vedika?
explain.
Yeah, Vedika, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, so our excretory system mainly consists of kidneys, which are like bean-shaped organs, like kidney bean-shaped organs. So the like dirty blood or like blood with a lot of impurities in it pass through the kidneys, and the kidneys have like tubes called nephrons, and these nephrons the filter the blood, and they separate the like
The toxins from the blood.
impurities, yeah, like urea and uric acid, and they mix it with water, and that water is passed through the ureter, which is a tube. It's stored in the urinary bladder, and it's passed through the urethra. And this liquid is known as urine.
Urine. Okay. Now you see this kind of a lump on the kidneys. These are the adrenal glands which we saw.
Okay.
Okay. Now kidneys help in the purification of our blood. Okay. So the process, is it clear to everyone? So kidneys are basically filters. Okay. Now each kidney is an organ. Okay. Now we know that organ is made up of cells and tissues. Now the cells which the kidney is made up of are called nephrons, as Vedika said. Now each nephron is like a filter. Okay. And they carry out filtration of blood, where the blood is separated out from all the toxins, all the unnecessary matter which is mixed in the blood. The kidneys filter it out, and they are thrown out of our body through our excretory system. Now, excretion happens majorly through the excretory system, but our skin also helps in excretion, right? When we sweat, it is excretion. So skin is also an excretory organ. Okay. So is the excretory system clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So now it's time to go to our experiment. We are going to make a human apron like this, wherein we are going to have, layer by layer of each organ system that we studied today. Okay. Now I'll hand it over to Nicola ma'am, who will tell you how to make it. Nicola ma'am, over to you.
Yeah. Okay. So you'll need two A4 size sheets of paper. Okay. What y'all will do, first of all, y'all will glue two A4 size sheets of paper. Okay. Y'all will put glue here on one end and paste the other A4 size sheet paper to a little portion. Understood what you'll have?
All of y'all turn your cameras on. Okay, and observe this very carefully, because y'all have to make this.
Yeah.
Ma'am, your voice broke in the middle. I couldn't. Can you explain it again?
Yes. First of all, you'll need 2 A4 size sheets of paper. Okay? All of y'all get 2 A4 size sheets of paper. Then, on one end here, y'all will put glue and paste another sheet of paper here. All of you do that?
So do you have to like
On one,
stick the paper together?
yes. You'll have to stick both the papers,
Understand
but
that.
only on one end of the paper, you'll have to put the glue and paste the other sheet of paper to it so that it becomes longer.
So we stick it over here, and then these two can open up, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And ma'am, on one sheet I've drawn the boy that you asked us to draw.
Yeah. To the other end, Adya, you have to put glue here. For example, if the
So the piece of paper with the boy has
yes,
to
the
be.
piece of the boys at one end, on the other end put glue and paste another piece of paper.
Oh, so you're making it longer. Okay.
Yeah, I've made
Yes,
it wrong.
you are making it longer. First of all, like this is the boy, okay? On the other end, just put glue and paste another piece of paper.
Oh,
Okay,
so
I
I've
get
made the
it.
boy wrong, ma'am, because I've made it vertical.
Okay,
Ma'am,
you made
I
it
didn't
vertical.
get.
Then you will need more papers, Adya, since you made it
Oh,
vertical.
ma'am,
Can I
even
make
I
it
made
again?
it vertical. Ma'am, even I made it vertical.
Okay.
Oh, is even
Anyways, if you add papers afterwards also, first see how to do it. First of all, what you can add the papers later on according to what is according to your requirement. Okay. See. Now what you'll do, where
Okay.
you're on the boy now, I'll fold it like this. This way.
Ma'am, your screen
Then
keeps freezing.
Ma'am, but your
is it
screen is
visible?
constantly freezing, so I'm not understanding how to do it.
I can't understand what you're doing because your screen constantly keeps freezing.
yeah.
Is it okay now?
That's a lag.
It's lagging, yeah.
Is it okay now?
I think it should be fine now.
Fine. Are you all able to see now?
A bit better, yeah. So just to be clear, we're supposed to stick these two pages together like these.
Yeah. See.
Just like this.
For example, I'm showing you all with this small piece of paper. Okay. Now,
And your
if you
close again.
yeah. Now this is a piece of paper. Here you all have drawn the boy on one end of the paper. Put glue on the other end of the paper and stick like this so that the paper becomes longer.
Okay.
Okay. Do that. Then we'll move on with the next step.
Ma'am, can I draw another boy because I've drawn it vertically?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
draw.
so I draw very easy.
It will be better because you all were asked to draw a 10.5 centimeter ball, right? So it will be better that if you all draw it
Ma'am, like this.
longitudinally, means the horizontal.
Ma'am, should I draw it at the bottom?
That's correct. You have drawn it horizontally. It's good.
So where do we draw? Do we draw over here at the bottom?
That's okay. Wherever you draw it, doesn't matter. Okay, you can draw it on the top. You can draw it at the bottom. Doesn't matter. We are going to cut it out.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly draw the boy.
Yeah. After drawing, you'll have to fold the paper like this. See. Now this is where you'll have drawn the boy. Okay. Then what y'all will do? Y'all will fold it once in this way, Then like this.
Ma'am, your screen is freezing.
Again, it's freezing.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it okay?
Ma'am, it's completely frozen, ma'am.
I can't see anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 second.
So have you all stuck the paper? Can I see them? How you've done it?
Yes, ma'am. I'm just drawing it right now. Horizontal. But this is how I stuck my paper.
One sec. Sure, yeah. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm drawing it.
How about the others? Vedika, can I see how you have stuck the paper?
Yeah, like I drew vertically like everyone else, but I'm guessing it would work, right?
Vedika, can you speak a little louder? I can't.
Okay, I
Man,
drew
I
it
stuck it like
vertically, but I'm guessing it would work.
Yeah, you'll have to draw it horizontally, as ma'am said. Yeah. Okay. Gia?
did I stick it directly?
Now you have to fold the paper, see?
Gia, yours is correct, yeah? Now, Nicola ma'am is here. I'm just pinning her screen. You all observe how she's doing it.
Okay.
Look like mountains like this. Okay? You all fold it like this and then like this.
Ma'am, so could you show, like, I've got the two pieces of paper. How do I
Have you glued it together?
so how do I fold it? I pasted it together.
See, again I'm showing it. This is a paper. Okay? Can you all see it? Is the paper visible?
Yes, ma'am, but your screen. Ma'am, your
Now
screen.
you all fold it backwards,
Ma'am, your
then forward.
froze. Your screen's frozen.
Like we make a fan, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you make a fan. You have to, how many folds they have to do, Nicola ma'am?
They have to, in the first one, they have to make, I'm just telling.
How thick do the folds
4.
need to be?
Yeah, that's what ma'am is saying. 1 second.
4.
You have to make 4
folds.
folds.
Yeah.
So there should be 8
Ma'am?
sides.
Can I try doing
First
it
of all-
after class? Because
Depends according to your picture. Okay, how you all draw the boy. After that, fold it according to your picture. You all okay, all
yeah.
first make the boy, you all will fold it. First of all, you all make the boy. And it will vary, okay? Because it's going to vary because everyone is not going to draw the same size and shape of the boy. So according to your size, it will vary. According to that, you all will give the folds. Yes, Adya, like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they want if they have to do 4 or 5 folds, then they can draw the size of the boy according to the fold size also. They can do it that way also.
So, ma'am,
Yeah.
should the boy cover this whole fold?
Not required. You can just, but it should be within that fold. It should be within one fold. Okay, it should not. It doesn't require like the full boy should cover the full fold, but it should be within that.
No problem, Gia. Just observe how everyone is doing. You can do it after the class, Gia.
Okay, I'll try.
Ma'am, I folded it. Should it be this way?
Wait. Yes, Vedika. Show me the picture of the boy that you have drawn.
Oh man, I had to draw it again since I drew it vertically.
Okay.
So is this much enough for the fold?
Vedika, the boy should be drawn other way, like on the longer side, you should have the boy.
Oh, are you talking to Vedika?
Yeah, I'm talking to Vedika.
Oh, okay, but I'm asking whether this fold is enough.
Ria, it can be the boy can be a little bigger so that you can draw the organs inside him.
Okay.
Yeah, not very small or not very big. It should come within your fold. Okay.
Is this not correct?
No, that's not correct, Vedika. It should be the other way around.
Oh, like you mean
Yeah.
upside down?
Rotate him by 90 degrees.
Vedika, where have you drawn the picture of the boy?
Right here.
Okay. Have you drawn it? I didn't see it, or you erased it. Okay.
I'm erasing it.
Ma'am, is this okay?
All right. You're not.
It's not visible, Adya. It's too faint to be seen.
Yes. I'll color it.
Just outline it and then show it to Nicola, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I made the boy bigger. Is this okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
And the fold is like
The
this.
systems within that boy. Okay, so you must make it not. You must not make it very small. See, like this. The boy on one end. Fold the paper like a fan, and then we.
Ma'am, I think what I did before was what you're telling me to do.
Yes, Vedika. How did you have to fold the paper? See, like this. That's correct. I told you
No, but
that
like,
was correct, right?
okay, so I drew the
Yeah,
boy
fold
right.
it.
Yes, Adya,
Like,
it's correct.
Okay.
Vedika, yours is correct. The previous one is correct.
Oh, okay.
There's a little bit of extra page over here. Should I cut it off because I folded
Yeah. You can cut off the extra.
4 folds, right? I just need 4 sections.
No, who is that? Ria. Ria, let the extra one remain. After drawing all the organ systems, you will cut it off.
Okay. So there needs to be 4 sections, right? Like
Folding.
Yeah, this is only one paper. I told you all to join 2 papers. So you all have to make more sections. All the organ systems need to be drawn. And each fold will have one organ system. Okay, so don't cut it off now. You all will cut it off after drawing all the organ systems.
is my paper correct? Can you
I'm showing you all with one paper now. You all have to glue another paper. I told you all that before.
Yeah, I did. But is this correct on the folds? Are the folds correct?
Yeah. Who is asking?
Yeah.
Okay, Ria. Yeah, the folds are correct.
Okay.
One should be backward and forward and backward and forward. It should look like a fan or a mountain, whatever you call it. Okay? Are you all done with this step?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, hold the papers together. You all have glued two A4 size sheets of paper.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now hold it like this together and cut the outline of the boy.
Oh,
Cut it.
okay.
Okay, hold it all together. Okay, and cut the outline of the boy.
So, ma'am, my boy is in the middle. So, but
No problem. You
so
have to,
should
but
I
you have to
cut
cut.
it?
Yes, you have to cut it. It should look like this. Okay, how this? See, this is already cut and made, so it should look like this.
I can just cut it from here. It doesn't matter if I rip this paper, right?
No, you have to join all the papers together and you have to cut it. Cut it, then you will see what happens. Cut it, it will all be joined. Okay.
So, ma'am, should
It won't be joint, na, ma'am. If it is on the center, how can it be joint?
It will be joined because okay, if it is in the center.
It has to be attached from one
Yeah,
side, Otherwise, it will
yeah,
not
yeah.
be joined.
It has to be.
Oh, it should be on the left because mine is.
I have an idea.
Yeah. It,
Oh.
yeah. It.
So I'll cut it and then I'll just make a small part that touches
Yeah,
the
even I'm
leg.
gonna do that because
Yes, yes.
I
Why don't Adhya, Vedika, wait. Why don't Adhya and Vedika fold the paper such that the hand is coming towards the corner? Just refold the paper.
okay. Yeah.
I know. Oh, but I still
What
haven't
about you,
colored.
Ria?
I still haven't colored mine, but is
But
mine
I
looks like
actually already
Can
some, so I
that's
thought,
okay. Leg is okay. Oh, no problem, Vedika.
yeah.
Just
The
try
hands.
folding it. Can you extend the hands, Ria?
yeah, but should I
Or
cut
fold?
like the hands
No.
to touch the paper?
No, make the fold such that it is touching the hand.
How do I make the fold that it's touching the hand? It's a bit confusing.
I mean, see, Ria, the hand should touch one end of the fold like this. The hand should touch one end of the fold.
If I fold it, how do I make it touch?
Fold
By
it
drawing the hand.
closer to the hand.
Yeah. The hand should touch one end of the fold like this.
I think I'll just extend the hand a bit so that it touches the fold.
It should look symmetrical, huh?
Yeah, I'll
He
extend
should,
both hands.
yeah, he should still look like a human.
Yeah.
Have you all cut the outline of the boy?
No, ma'am, I have to extend the hands.
Okay.
So like it should touch to here.
Yes, that's okay.
Yeah. So you can increase his abdominal size also a little bit, Ria, so that the organs can be comfortably fit into the body.
Ma'am,
Okay, I'll start cutting it, ma'am.
Swapna ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, Jia.
Is there more to the presentation about what we're gonna learn?
No, it's just going to be this activity.
Okay.
And I have given you the questions already. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nicola ma'am, if you can show them what are the next steps, because
Yeah,
we are,
yeah.
yeah.
So, see, it will come out somewhat like this, okay? Can you all see it?
Yeah.
See what ma'am is showing. I'll just,
Can you all see it?
Yeah.
So it will all be joined together, and then every like every part, okay, should have an organ system.
Okay.
Do the cutting part, then we can proceed, because Sapna ma'am, I think this will take one more class.
yeah. So what we can do is, let them make it. Okay. Let them do the cutout. Let them draw the organs. Now the organ system, you all can refer to the PPT. Okay, it'll be uploaded on the portal. Okay, the sequence of the organs. The first picture will be as if the boy is wearing clothes. Okay, when you flip it open, then the first organ system should be the muscular system. So you have to go as per how it is in the human body. Okay, and after the muscular system, there will be the skeletal system. Okay, and after the skeletal system, you'll have various organ systems like the digestive one, digestive, circulatory, excretory, respiratory system. Then you'll have the endocrine system, and then did I miss out on anything? The nervous system. Okay, and at the back side, when you fold it at the back side, it should be as if he's wearing clothes and the back side of his body.
Okay.
So when it is completely folded, the front should appear as the front side and the back should appear as the back side. And when you go on opening, you will see different systems. That's how you have to make it. Okay, so refer to the presentation. So you will see how to draw. And when you're drawing the organ system, try to maintain, like when you're coloring it, try to use the colors, which are generally used. For example, if you're drawing the circulatory system, the heart should be red in color. The arteries should be red, the veins should be in blue. So try to follow the color scheme. Okay. So, Nicola ma'am, anything else that they need to take care when they're making this?
No, these are the things. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Then
So you'll try to make it, and at any point, if you're stuck, you all can put it on the group. And Nicola ma'am will also be sharing a short video on of what she has made. She'll be sending it to you all, so you all will get an idea.
Okay.
Okay. And you all understood and remember today's questions, right?
Yeah, they're
There
not done.
were 4 questions that that I gave you all. So can someone just repeat them so that we'll just
Can
form it
I?
up? Yeah.
So there's what are stem cells? Why are they preserved? How can they be used? And what type of signals are transmitted and received by the nerves?
Yeah, perfect. So everybody has got them written, right? Yes,
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 them.
Priya, that's correct. That's
I
correct.
only managed.
yes.
I couldn't get all of them. I don't know why. I'll do it
So
again.
you do it again.
Yeah.
See, you count on the number of systems that we have studied today, okay?
Okay.
And +2, the number of systems +2, those many cutouts you should have.
I'll work on it. I'll submit this to you on the group like by this week.
Yeah, and when you are submitting it on the group, make a short video, by where you're flipping open every part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So enjoy making this craft activity.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Bye bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you all
Thank you,
next week.
everyone. See you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.